McCoy was asked about his 17-yard performance on Sunday. Couple that with just 22 yards against the Redskins. He said he's embarrassed. So let's look at both teams. Stephen A., what did you learn about them?
Well, what I learned about the Philadelphia Eagles, Skip, is that they go where their offensive line takes them. The Eagles' defense actually played relatively decent yesterday. There were some things that they did wrong, but they kept them in the game because their offense simply couldn't do anything. You had Sproles with his 82-yard punt return. You had the interception by my brother Malcolm Jenkins, okay? The bottom line
Wait,
is...
he's your brother?
No, the frat brother.
Oh, he's a frat brother. Oh,
the point that I'm trying to make to you is this.
I thought that was breaking news.
I'm just letting you know. But the point is that when you look at Malcolm Jenkins and you look at Darren Sproles, you have to notice that the Eagles' offense didn't do but so much. Well, why is that? What happened is that their offensive line is struggling. You've got Moak, you've got Tobin, you've got Kelly. They struggled miserably. Harriman wasn't satisfied with his performance. Jason Peters had a penalty late. You know that they're struggling on their offensive line. They couldn't protect Nick Foles to his liking. They couldn't create enough gaps for LeSean McCoy to run the football. And on top of it all, I got to call out LeSean McCoy, Shady McCoy, just a little bit. He's not breaking tackles. Yep. You know what I'm saying? His yards after being touched. Bottom line is he's not doing what he normally customarily is known to do. So as a result of it, what are you supposed to do? I look at Jeremy Maclin. I think that he's big time, and he's been performing like that. That was a sensational catch on the right sideline when he tipped it to himself and kept it in bounds and caught the football. Riley Cooper, you got to catch that pass in the end zone. It's just too close for coming. You got to make that catch. If you're in the NFL, you got to make that catch. But still in all, I've got a lot of faith in the Eagles wideouts. I got a lot of faith in their offense, assuming that the offensive line does its job. Yep. Because they were getting manhandled by Justin Smith and the crew, that really threw the Eagles off. See, the Eagles defense bends but doesn't break. But when your offense doesn't give you anything, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? The answer is nowhere. And that's exactly what the Eagles, the offense, did yesterday. Because their offense, if their offense had produced one touchdown, they win the football game. They didn't do that, and as a result, they lost, and that's what it comes down to. One in the second half anyway. So I'm just saying that really Chip Kelly's offense is going to go, like most offenses, it's going to go where the offensive line takes you.
Well, and right now, to be fair to the Eagles, they're down 3 key starters in that offensive line. Jason Kelsey's gone, the center. Evan Mathis is a Pro Bowl guard gone. Who are you texting? Was that Malcolm?
One of the brothers.
Oh.
One of the brothers?
They were like, thanks for the shout out?
Yeah, that's
okay.
right. That's right. Just letting them know.
Omega Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Omega Sci-Fi.
Okay.
Q.
They're down a Pro Bowl guard in Evan Mathis, and the right tackle, Lane Johnson, University of Oklahoma, still hasn't played because he's been suspended for 4 games. So I'm going to give him that break today. But I'm also going to tell you, both these teams I watched yesterday are flawed. They're both flawed, and I think they will continue to be flawed. I'm not sold on either quarterback at this point, either quarterback. And if possible, Kaepernick, bear with me on this, played a little less poorly yesterday than Foles did. Foles was pretty bad yesterday. Now, again, he wasn't protected, so I got to give him, and he doesn't move around very well.
And one interception, he got popped when he threw that football.
He got popped a lot, and he got up a lot, which that kid's got some guts. He's got some backbone to him. But his QBR, scale 0 to 100, was 22 for this game. And Kaepernick's wasn't a whole lot better at 46, which is below average. So what happened in this game? The Eagles' offensive line just got annihilated routinely at the point of attack, so that overcame Kaepernick's pick 6 to your brother, right? And they get a punt block for a touchdown, and they let Sproles escape for an 82-yard touchdown, and that's the football game. Then they can't score in the second half because they couldn't win the line of scrimmage. So I felt sorry for LeSean McCoy because he's a bounce-out runner. You know, he has to bounce it inside out and get on the edge and get around the edge with his speed. DeMarco does that occasionally and does it very well, but he never could get loose yesterday. So do you realize they ran 31 of their 56 plays and didn't get more than a yard on that play? For 31 times, that's 55% of your plays. You couldn't get more than a yard on it? Well, San Francisco's defense, as we've been seeing the last few weeks, is not that good. Because haven't they fallen apart in the second halves of those games?
That's true.
You saw what Jay Cutler did to that defense.
Yeah, but you got to remember that since the helmet-to-helmet hit he suffered against Emerson for the Redskins, LeSean McCoy has rushed 27 times for 29 yards.
Okay.
Now, I'm just saying to you that if you are the quality back that Shady McCoy is, those numbers are pathetic, and he knows that. And so, yes, the offensive line needs to do a better job. But, I mean, the worst offensive line, when you have his skill set and his elusivity skills, the fact is that you cannot have 27 carries for 29 yards. I mean, that's just pathetic.
All right, let's leave it here, shall we, and talk about your friend. His name is Aaron Rodgers.